You think you know 22 LR? Tiny, cheap, and about as intimidating as a rubber band, right? That's what most people think. The kind of round you hand to your kid when teaching them how to shoot soda cans off a fence. The ammo you buy in bulk because, let's be honest, it's so cheap it makes popcorn jealous. But here's the kicker. In 2025, that same humble 22 LR has gone through a glow-up so dramatic, it could headline its own Netflix transformation show. This year, ammo makers didn't just tweak a few specs. They rebuilt the 22 LR experience from the powder-up. We're talking new bullet designs, revolver-specific loads, Matchgrade subsonic ammo that whispers death at 50 yards, and hypervelocity rounds that would make a 9mm sweat. This isn't your granddad's rimfire anymore. In the next few minutes, we're diving into the 7 major breakthroughs that have catapulted the 22 LR from plinker ammo to serious business for training, hunting, competition, and even self-defense. No fluff, no hype, just cold, hard ballistic truth. And trust me, by the end of this video, you might just look at your old 22 rifle like it's been hiding superpowers all along. Let's break it down. Let's start with the most fundamental change, the bullet itself. For over a century, 22 LR bullets have used what's called a heeled design. That means the bullet's base is narrower than the body, kind of like trying to jam a soda can into a paper towel tube and hoping it seals. Spoiler, it doesn't. This design was great in the 1880s, but in 2025, it's outdated, inconsistent, and holding the round back, enter the modern makeover. Winchester's new 21 Sharps cartridge is leading this charge. Not technically a 22 LR by SAMI standards, but close enough in size to be functionally interchangeable with just a barrel swap. Instead of the old-school heeled profile, it uses a modern bullet base, uniform, clean, and ready to handle more advanced bullet shapes. What does this mean for you? Well, it unlocks the potential for high-performance projectiles. We're talking slick hollow points, bonded construction, and lead-free bullets that fly straighter, hit harder, and expand like a parachute on impact. Before, trying to run these bullet types in 22 LR was like trying to race a sports car with square tires. Now, we finally have the right wheels. And here's the kicker. These rounds are more stable in flight, have better ballistic coefficients, and in some cases, yep, you guessed it, they're more accurate even out of stock. Off-the-shelf rifles. All of this with a platform that still fits in your pocket and costs less than a cup of coffee. In 2025, the bullet isn't just a tiny piece of lead, it's a miniature piece of engineering brilliance. And once you shoot a few of these new rounds, you'll wonder why we waited this long to ditch the heeled drama. Old design out, modern muscle in, speed has always been a defining factor. But in 2025, it's on a different level. And not just any speed, we're talking hypervelocity, the kind of speed that makes your old 22 rounds look like they're stuck in molasses. In 2025, companies like CCI and Federal have kicked the accelerator through the floor. Take the CCI Stinger Max. This little beast punches out of the barrel at over 1/800 feet per second. That's not fast. That's, I hope you said goodbye to your target fast. Or how about Federal's Lightning Strike? It's not just fast, it's consistent. These rounds maintain blistering speeds with less deviation shot to shot than anything we've seen in rimfire history. This matters more than you think. High velocity isn't just a number. It means a flatter trajectory, less drop over distance, and cleaner energy transfer when the bullet hits meat, metal, or whatever you're aiming at. And here's the wild part. All this is happening in a cartridge that still weighs basically nothing, recoils like a pillow fight, and doesn't require you to remortgage your house to shoot 500 rounds in a weekend. If you hunt small game, this is your new best friend. Rabbits, varmints, squirrels, these rounds hit fast, expand well, and turn a 22 rifle into something that feels way more serious in the field. But even if you're not into hunting, there's a lot to love here. Ever tried stretching a 22 LR shot to 100 yards or beyond? These hypervelocity rounds turn that challenge into a confidence booster. They fly straighter, hit harder, and make rimfire feel just a little bit centerfire. We've always known 22 LR was fun, but in 2025, it's fast fun, and that makes all the difference. Speed is impressive, sure, but sometimes silence speaks louder than noise. In the world of rimfire, subsonic ammo has always had a quiet charm. It's smoother, softer, and much quieter, especially when paired with a suppressor. But in 2025, it's not just about going pew instead of pop. It's about precision. Enter the big names: Lapua Center X Subsonic and Elay Match Subsonic. Rounds so precise, they practically come with a smug grin. We're talking sub-MOA accuracy, even at 50 or 75 yards. That's competition-level consistency from a cartridge you can shoot in your backyard without bothering the neighbors. So, what makes these rounds so special? First, the velocity is finely tuned, low enough to avoid breaking the sound barrier, which causes turbulence and instability, but high enough to stay laser straight and stable. Second, the bullet weights and designs are optimized for maximum in-flight consistency. And third, the quality control? It's obsessive. Each batch is tested, retested, and probably tucked in at night with a bedtime story. For precision shooters, this is a dream. Whether you're shooting steel plates, paper targets, or just flexing your group size on Instagram, subsonic match ammo gives you that tight cluster satisfaction every time. And if you're a suppressor user, even better. The suppressed report is barely louder than a staple gun, making this ideal for discreet shooting in rural areas, pest control, or just keeping the peace at the range. Bottom line, these aren't your dad's slow, dirty 22s. They're surgical tools, quiet, clean, and dead-on accurate. For decades, if you were shooting 22 LR out of a revolver, you were basically rolling the dice. You'd get inconsistent velocities, powder blow-by, and fouling so thick you'd think your cylinder had been dipped in barbecue sauce. The truth is, rimfire revolvers never got the respect they deserved, treated more like quirky range toys than serious platforms. Well, 2025 just changed the rules. Ammo makers like Remington and CCI have finally recognized the revolver's unique needs and stepped up. They've developed revolver-specific 22 LR loads, rounds engineered with tighter gas seals, optimized powder burn rates, and bullet seating that actually works with the shorter barrel cylinder gap. That's not just marketing fluff. It means real-world gains in accuracy, consistency, and reliability. You're no longer cleaning your wheel gun after every 50 rounds like you're on punishment detail. And you're not wondering if round number 4 is going to sound like a cap gun while round number 5 kicks like a mule. So, what does that mean for you? It means your little 6-shooter just became a credible choice for everyday carry trail defense or serious target work. It means competition shooters using rimfire revolvers aren't stuck handicapped anymore. And it means revolver lovers, finally, get to experience the kind of performance that semi-auto rimfire shooters have been enjoying for years. This isn't a gimmick or a novelty. It's long overdue engineering catching up with real shooter needs. Revolvers may be old school, but with the right ammo, they're writing a brand new chapter. Let's be honest, 22 LR has always had a bit of a reputation for being, well, unpredictable. Ask any longtime shooter and they'll tell you stories. One round goes bang, the next comes out with a weak pop, and the third decides to take a hard left halfway down range. For years, we accepted this as the trade-off for cheap, bulk pack fun. It's rimfire, we'd say. What do you expect? But in 2025, that excuse doesn't fly anymore. Ammo manufacturers have finally brought centerfire level quality control to the humble 22 LR. We're talking lot testing, multi-platform chrono evaluations, and tighter manufacturing tolerances from case to primer to projectile. Even the packaging has stepped up. Rounds are seated better, sealed better, and protected better. No more dented soft lead bullets rattling around like loose change in a cardboard box. And the result? Consistency you can trust. You get the same velocity across a string of shots, the same point of impact box after box, and far fewer misfires or flyers ruining your groups. Whether you're shooting paper for score, varmints for food, or steel for bragging rights, that level of reliability makes a difference. 22 LR finally graduated. It's no longer just the cheap kid in the back of the class. Now it's acing the test, with honors. There was a time when buying 22 LR ammo was as simple and as vague as grabbing whatever's on sale, high velocity, standard velocity, maybe hollow point if you felt fancy. But beyond that, one size fits all, and cross your fingers. Not anymore. In 2025, 22 LR has grown up and gotten a job description. Actually, several. Ammo is now purpose-built for the kind of shooting you do. And even for the kind of gun you use. Got a suppressed pistol with a short barrel? There's a load for that. Formulated to burn clean, stay subsonic, and cycle reliably without overgassing. Running a precision rifle with a long barrel for match shooting? You've got options with tighter tolerances and consistent pressures to tighten your groups. Even your barrel length matters now. Manufacturers are offering pistol-specific and rifle-specific loads, tuned for optimal powder burn and energy transfer depending on your platform. Training ammo, competition ammo, hunting ammo, even self-defense-oriented 22 LR. Yep, that's a thing too. No more guessing games. No more compromises. This is customization in its purest form. Instead of trying to make one round do everything okay. Now each round does one thing extremely well. It's like having a dedicated tool for every job, and suddenly realizing you've been using a butter knife where you really needed a scalpel. If you've shot 22 LR for any length of time, you know the deal. After a couple hundred rounds, your gun looks like it just survived a coal mine explosion. Gunk everywhere. Powder residue caked in every corner. Fouling so thick, your bolt starts sticking and your revolver's timing goes wonky. That's just how rimfire has always been, right? Well, not anymore. In 2025, ammo manufacturers are using modern propellants that burn cleaner, more completely, and with fewer temperature swings. These aren't just cosmetic changes. They translate into real-world benefits: fewer malfunctions, longer shooting sessions, and far less scrubbing at the end of the day. This is especially great news for folks who shoot suppressed. If you've run a silencer on a rimfire gun, you already know it turns filthy fast. With these updated powders, your suppressor won't look like it spent the weekend in a chimney. And here's another bonus: better temperature stability. That means more reliable ignition whether you're shooting on a hot summer afternoon or a frosty winter morning. You get the same feel, the same shot, every time. So no, it's not just about staying clean, it's about running smoother, more reliably, and with less hassle. Because let's be honest, cleaning your gun should be a ritual, not a punishment. The modern 22 LR doesn't just fire smarter, it leaves less of a mess behind. So, let's step back for a second. We've talked about faster rounds, quieter rounds, cleaner rounds, smarter bullets, better quality control, and ammo that's tailored for exactly what you shoot and how you shoot it. But what does all of that actually mean? For you, the shooter? It means 22 LR is no longer just for plinking. In 2025, rimfire has evolved into a flexible, capable, precision tool. Whether you're teaching a first-timer, taking out varmints at 75 yards, running suppressed drills in your backyard, or dialing in a Matchgrade rifle for small-bore competition, there is now a 22 LR round that fits that exact role. And let's not ignore the biggest advantage still standing: cost. Even with all these upgrades, 22 LR is still one of the most affordable ways to train seriously, practice fundamentals, or just have fun without burning through your paycheck. Compare that to centerfire ammo prices, and suddenly you realize this isn't just a smarter round, it's a smarter investment. Self-defense? That's on the table now too. With improved reliability, expansion, and velocity, some of the new defensive loads actually give viable terminal performance for up-close encounters, especially in a trail or home defense scenario. This is no longer the underdog. This is a platform with purpose, and 2025 is the year it finally stepped out of the shadows. So what do you think? Has 22 LR finally earned its place in the big leagues? Drop a comment below and let me know which of these 2025 innovations impressed you most, or if you've tried any of them already. I read everyone. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more practical gun content, and ring the bell so you don't miss our upcoming ammo test showdown. Thanks for watching. Shoot straight, and I'll see you in the next one.